I've always been attracted to the paintings of Sunna because they are very deep in many ways. And those paintings have changed over the years, and they are much deeper now than what we saw when that was, good Lord, 20 years ago or so. And what is wonderful of what Sunna has been doing over the last few years is that on many of the shows that she had of her paintings, she also had on the side copies of poems that she had been writing at about the same time. And that's very unusual for a painter. And the colors that she has been using over the years have been reflecting of her own mood, I suppose, at that particular time.
I was introduced to Sunna through some friends who knew I was a collector, and so had the opportunity to meet her and saw many of her paintings. And I was drawn to them by their warmth, by their mystery, and by their beautiful, by their peacefulness. I can talk about one particular piece that I own, When You Call Me Yellow, I Feel Blue. And Sunna,
which is the self-portrait,
behind me here. And Sunna had written this poem based on some personal experience that she had had. And at the same time, PBS was fundraising for a documentary called Culture of Hate, which was based, in the sense of where they were shooting it, was in East County. And in San Diego. East San Diego County, and the theme was, again, skinheads and, you know, irrational, foolish hate. And
there was a specific event that occurred.
There was actually a specific event in that there was a Mexican who had been killed by some skinheads in East County. So that inspired her to paint When You Call Me Yellow, I Feel Blue. And I have here the poem that preceded the painting. And if you'd like, I can read a few words. So it's, when you call me yellow, I feel blue. Hug me, my chimpanzee sisters and brothers, even though you do not know who I am. Let us speak for each other in homogeneity that leaves us as one of the same substance. In a fantasy of high spirit, perhaps one of you is waiting for me to return to an island of greens and sun to be a lover of your life. Even without a mirror, I am always reminded of who I am, a multicolored being without a special label, but when you call me yellow, I feel blue.
So in her poetry, she's trying to say in a raw form something which is not raw in her art, because her art is so careful, so studied, so perfectionist. She is a perfectionist in her painting. And so in verbal form, she gives herself a sort of license to try to be expressive, purely expressive. You see, this is both expressive and so technical.
Voice effect. An amorous glance tenderly comes through the line. I rebound with a melodic intimacy. There is no hand to hold, only the touch of deep longing with the reflexive memories. Perhaps spoken emotions can never replace nor articulate our desires, especially the rationality of concupiscence. With an intuitive appreciation, it's your voice that entices my heart and wakes the subjective responses with a fervor. When a surprise feeling rules, let the interpreter do as you please. Reality always knows how to find its own road. Among the stones. Every day of my life is an intimate scene, inundated by motions and images. Through broken shadows and crossing the silence of pathos, I make a random visit to my soul. Searching for the truth and answers, ending with the beating of a drum, still filled with feverish passions, I glimpse at who I am. Perhaps I am a voiceless expression in reposed position, not knowing much about myself. The autumn colors bring winter melancholy, the emotions in verse to flow into my soul, and reality becomes an intruder. I unfold into the rhetorical questions of my life's internal negations. Still, with presupposition, I am among the stones.
It was my birthday, and when I turned 50, I realized that I have to summarize my life. Because when I was a little girl, I always thought I will not make it up to 50. Because as a young child, you think that 50 is very old. You are going to die by then. So I had a fear of turning 50. So I called No Sorrow in Pathos number 50. And then it took, believe it or not, less than one day. It was a sheer release, of my life, and it came like a tsunami of emotions. And I just came to my studio early morning, and I started painting, and it only took a day, but it came out as complete, and I couldn't do anything afterward. So I started crying. I was overwhelmed by my own emotions. Particularly, it was completed. I felt so complete with this painting.
A subtle interpretation of time. In morning light, time sees the future. Standing by in a non-spatial continuum, watching the sunrise. Motivated by present feelings, politely pushing the past away, as expected. A fated moment may come without warning, seated on a pendulum swing, watching life's actions. At intervals, time follows a sequence of events, endorsing new experiences, taken for granted, as it lasts forever. At the end, an irreversible succession waits at the horizon, measures eternally. Time has no place to go, yet still moves like a river.